Today on the Auburn Torch, we're back and we're breaking down the matchup. Number 1 Auburn versus number 1 Georgia this weekend in women's tennis in Athens. The showdown. Let's get into it. We're back like we never left. But we did leave. No episode yesterday, if you missed it. I'm just a little sick in the house, so newborn. Wife was down for the count, and just wasn't conducive for recording an episode. And especially, all I would have done is come on here and say, hey, this is happening, gotta go, bye. So I saved it for today. Counting down now to the Auburn women's tennis showdown with Georgia, number 1 versus number 1 on Saturday. That's what I want to talk about to start with. I'll say if you're just listening on a podcast platform or something and you didn't get an alert, I sent out an email to everybody on the subscriber list. Go to auburntorch.com, punch it in. It's called subscriber, but there's a free tier. You can just put in your email for free if you want. And I sent an email, let you know what's going on. And then I did the all sports schedule on that email. So if you were looking for that yesterday, if you're that guy out there, it's like, where's the all sports schedule? I need a refund. No. You get a little crazy and subscribe on the paid tier. Support what we're doing. That'd be great too. Today, it's tomorrow. Yesterday, Auburn women's tennis took care of business at South Carolina, won 4-1. They had some commanding leads in some of the other matches. Won the doubles point yet again, and here you go, Auburn versus Georgia in a rematch from ITA Indoor Nationals and a number 1 versus number 1 game. Auburn number 1 in the UTR rankings and Georgia number 1 in the ITA rankings. I was thinking, I don't think that's ever happened in football, like number 1 in AP versus number 1 in coaches. Yeah, I saw it did happen in basketball. One year, Buddy Hield and Oklahoma played Kansas State, and both teams were number 1. So that's pretty fun. So anyway, it's a number 1, and I want to just get into it. There should be a difference. If you read the 5 to follow earlier this week, there's a difference maker. A difference in the matchup this time. I want to highlight that. That is the sophomore right here, Myrna Rafat. She actually missed out on the first meeting between the teams. Again, Auburn 24-1 on the season. Their only loss, their one, was in the semifinals of the ITA Indoor National Tournament. Here's this bracket. This was back in early February. This was Auburn's only loss of the season. And what happened, if you missed it, up here if you're watching on video, you can see the bracket up here in the first round at Northwestern. Auburn beat Northwestern, but Myrna had to retire from her doubles match. I'm pretty sure it was with doubles when she was teaming with Angie Akatoy, and she had a back injury, so she was out. Auburn won without her in the next round against NC State, and then here in the semifinals is where Auburn and Georgia matched up, and Georgia won, and Georgia went on to beat Ohio State and win the national championship. It was 4-3, extremely close. Auburn felt like it should have won. Auburn, if you were watching, felt like they were in the driver's seat. And Georgia just clutched it up. One of those where if you're on one side of it, you pulled out a gutsy, awesome win to remember. And if you're on the other side, you really don't like how it shaked out, right? So the difference could be here on the bottom part of the lineup. I don't know. I'm curious who will play who. But all of this at the top should be, I would predict, the same. Bennett at 1, Curry-Tanuva at 2. Bennett at 1 playing Lopata, Curry-Tanuva at 2 playing Mert, Anji at 3 playing Dilek. All these top 4 have all played, and then Bowers on 4 playing Gareva. They've played in those spots all that I can see. But so once you're down here, last time, Ava Esposito usually plays at the 6. She moves. Myrna Rafat usually plays at the 5. Myrna's out. Ava moves up to the 5, and Ava Ionescu comes, from off the bench up to 6. So so last time Esposito faced Rojas. Last time Ionescu faced Dong. But then last time out, when Georgia played Florida, they had Rojas at the 6 and Dong at the 5. Vice versa. Last time they played Auburn. So if they do they want to avoid Rojas playing Esposito again because they already know Esposito beat her? Will it be a much different matchup? Because they say indoor courts are much faster. Playing outdoors, maybe Ava's a heavy serve girl. Maybe they feel okay with where Ava's at. Anyway, I don't know, and I don't. I think Auburn. If I'm predicting, I don't think Auburn's going to go up there with any gamesmanship whatsoever. I think Auburn's going to go up there. Here's 1 through 6. It's the same 1 through 6. Do something about it, right? I think that's what Auburn's going to do. I will be curious to see who between Dong and Rojas, who Esposito and who Myrna get matched up against. Hey man, doubles point could be huge again. Auburn still 24 or 25-0 now in the doubles point. It's so huge. I mean, it takes 25-0. You would think it would take a Herculean effort to beat 4 out of 6 on Auburn's lineup, because Auburn has such a stacked lineup. It did happen the last time Auburn played Georgia, right? It did happen, but they were not at full strength without Myrna. So, hey man, it's gonna be a big one. Let's see the SEC women's tennis standings. You will see if you're watching on video on either the Torch or YouTube or wherever, or if you're listening, I'll read it to you. Auburn is at the top of the SEC standings alone after last weekend because they're 8-0 in the conference. There's a little cannibalism up here where Georgia lost to Texas, and then I think Texas lost to Texas A&M, and and does Auburn expect? Auburn controls its own destiny. Will it be really tough to go all the way undefeated in SEC? Oh yeah, but for that, you have a regular season championship they could win. I mean, there's anyway, Auburn at the top. Auburn's 8-0 at the top. Texas A&M and Texas are both at 6-1, tied for second place. Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, and Georgia. Look how they put Georgia way down here. All at 6-2. Georgia 2 losses in the SEC. Still number 1 in the ITA rankings. Whatever, man. I don't. These the algorithm. Who knows what is going into that? Who knows? Because the ITA rankings currently have Auburn at number 4. I'll pull those up. Women's tennis rankings, and then the UTR rankings are so much harder to find, but they're like in my frequent, so I can pull them up. Auburn. I'm already all zoomed in here. Number 4 last time in the ITA rankings. That's Georgia number 1. Shout out to Pepperdine at number 2. Ohio State number 3. Auburn number 4, and A&M at number 5. Obviously, a lot of SEC up here at the top. Shout out to Pepperdine, man. I've always wondered if I was some D1 athlete, have all these SEC offers. So I'm like, dude, I want to go to Pepperdine or Hawaii or Chaminade. At least for a year, transfer portal year, bro. UTR rankings: Auburn number 1, Texas A&M number 2, North Carolina number 3, Georgia number 4, LSU number 5. So it's 1 versus 4 in both polls. Either way you slice it, but it is top 5. It's a top 5 matchup. Either way you slice it. So huge, man. I mean, there's no bigger regular season matchup, right? The number 1 versus number 1 just doesn't get any bigger. So we will see. That will be very, very interesting, very fun to follow. That is at noon. No, it's not. Or it might actually be 2 p.m. It is at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. in Georgia on Saturday, and they'll Georgia's got live video on their site, and you can check it out. I know you'll be a lot of TVs will be tuned in to the NCAA tournament, but we'll follow it along. And hey, maybe I'll live tweet it too. So if you're watching the tournament, you want updates, hit me up on Twitter, and I'll let you know what's going on. I'll have the tournament on the screen too. We'll see. I gotta say, PSA. Oh gosh, oh, voice. PSA. Okay, so today's Friday. Okay, listen to me. Listen to me real close. After today, after the second, this is the end of the first round, right? Okay, your bracket's torn up. You're out of your bracket challenge. Your office pool. It's over, right? Okay, this is what you need to do. Listen to me very carefully. Okay, you need to find 4 or 5 friends. Okay, and you need to set up a snake draft of the remaining 32 teams. Okay, draft the teams. Okay. And then have a prize for who picked the national championship, and have a prize for who gets the most wins in the bracket left, right? Okay, just do a quick snake draft of the 30 of the 32 teams, right? It's the fun. Everyone. So you think about it when you do a bracket challenge, and no one picks Fairleigh Dickinson or whoever, or St. Peter's. And they go on a tear, and it's not so it's fun to watch, but you're like, my bracket, right? You blew up my bracket. This way, when you snake draft teams, you get saddled with those teams. You get saddled with Cinderellas. So a Cinderella actually is someone's. Actually, someone actually possesses it. Anyway, get 4. That's how you do it. With ours, we did that one year. It was so much fun, and we've expanded it now to where we have 13 people drafting all 64 all 68 because we love it so much. But that I will tell everyone that all the time. So after this round, after today, 4 or 5 friends, so you have 5 or 6 teams after the snake draft. Okay. Message me if you need the details because it's the funnest way to do March Madness. Forget the bracket. I didn't even fill out a bracket this year. Our snake draft challenge was like, that's what I'm doing. Gymnastics is tomorrow. Gymnastics tomorrow at the SEC meet, SEC Championships. It is at 2 p.m. They're in Tulsa. It's going to be a bit of a weird format because instead of a quad, there's 5 teams. So someone has to sit around and wait during a rotation. So it should be a long meet. Should take a lot longer than usual. And Auburn is in the afternoon session. So, they got to take what they can out. And the thing about it is this, we hear about this in men, especially men's and women's basketball, and in baseball, certainly softball. The SEC tournament is harder than the NCAA tournament, especially early, right? So the SEC, this meet, they're going to be, you can't get discouraged because they're going to, this afternoon session is going to be so much harder than the regional semifinal, right? So they've got to just take what they can from it and try to just peak at the right time and try to put it all together. That's what they've been trying to do all season. And this could be track and field is at their first outdoor meet that starts today. Let's see what else. Women's swimming. Lisa Klevanovich is in the 50 free. She has the 13th best seed time. If she finishes top 16, she's in position, obviously, to finish top 16. That's a scoring time, and that's an All-American status. We'll be curious to see if she can, if she overachieves, she might can make the final and make top 8. That's a storyline to watch today for swimming. Women's golf. Charlotte Cantonis won SEC Freshman of the Week, and Molly Brown Davidson won SEC Golfer of the Week, I believe. Is it just SEC Golfer of the Week? FCC Player of the Week, and either way, that this came out yesterday on Thursday, and you know what we call that? If you're an Auburn Torch subscriber, we call that old news. Because for the same exact reasons, on Wednesday morning, we highlighted both of them on the 5 to Follow They both won all their matches at the all old Barnwell match play. So hey man, people subscribe to the Auburn Torch. They were in the know. They're like, of course I knew. Of course. 3-0 at the old Barnwell. I've known that for a day. I've known that for days. Subscribe to the Auburn Torch. Anyway, check it out, please. Got a story up on Ashton Bowers, outstanding player for Auburn. A long, winding journey. I got a little cute with the headline. But she, a long, winding journey to Auburn. Wanted to come to Auburn. The stuff with the other coach went down, and ended up having to go to Texas. She actually signed with Auburn and had to get released out of her national letter of intent because of what happened. And after a year at Texas, enters the transfer portal, and Jordan Szabo, who was trying to recruit her to A&M all along, finally gets her, and everything finally just kind of comes together. And she is someone, as a sophomore, who you might be looking at as, the new DJ, next year and in years to come, as the upperclassman, as the senior leader. You've got DJ and Angie up there right now, and Katya is a big time transfer. So you're looking at that. That might be the new, the new front of the poster, right? Right now she's got a great team first attitude as far as like, hey, we got a real chance to do something, so let's do it. So get to know her tennis family, talk to her dad, her brother, plays at Illinois. A lot of moving parts. It was really, it took me a day longer to write than I wanted because it's a lot of moving parts, but I tried to put it all together in the best way I could. Check it out. All right, let me get out of here. That's it. Let me get you out of here. You're dismissed. Big time weekend ahead. Softball's off. Trying to think of what else. What did I miss? Anything else? Softball's off. Men's tennis is trying to bounce back. They play today. Men's tennis from bounce back from a loss on the road to Kentucky. They're in the middle of a 4-game road swing. If you can get 3 out of 4, that's not bad in the SEC in a road swing. There's that, and then obviously the baseball is playing a big top 5 matchup at home with Texas, so that's something you can watch too. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think we got it covered. Men's tennis playing at Oklahoma and then at Arkansas. So we'll see you guys. We'll try not to miss an episode next week, and we'll be back on Monday. Until then, let's follow the stuff on. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up wherever, and enjoy. Take care.